out of this office. They're inappropriate. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back. And we're just going to show you what we sold over the weekend.
Yes.
So that's pretty much the gist.
Yes, we have been poorly, hence the no video at 9 AM today.
Yes,
so,
yeah.
While we are still poorly, Alexis probably a bit more than I am, so bear with us. So we deserve a medal. So, you know, send us your love and medicine. And
love and medicine. Okay, so anyway, we're going to show you what we sold. So this would have been from Friday afternoon all the way through till this morning.
Yeah.
And we sold 14 things on eBay, which amounted to £197.90, some of which the postage is included in the final price, some it's been added.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't make any difference to that,
really.
to be honest with you.
And we had a cheeky little Etsy, didn't we?
Yeah, and that was, we'll show you that in a minute, but that came to a grand total of £41.17p.
But that does include the international postage, which is about £16.50.
£15.50 for international, because we are sending that tracked.
Yeah, always international tracked.
Yes. So I'll start with something that's down here. I did show you recently in a video, did an entire video on the subject of the autograph books, and an autograph is now sold, which is good, isn't it? So this is a Johnny Scrim Atoll Blair, Sandy Blair, and it's from 1948. So that is the autograph page that we sold. Now, there were some of these I wasn't entirely sure on pricing, because at the end of the day, there's not much out there. So this one went for... microphone there. So this one went for a total of £14.99p, and I'm just throwing it on the floor. There you go. But this included the postage in with this one. Like I say, a lot of the prices wasn't, well, not a lot of them. Some of them wasn't sure. And then it's got some autographs on the back as well, which I believe those are Kevin Evers and Dorothy Dampier. Dampier?
That's an awesome name.
Which they were British actors. So yeah. Anyway.
And also, what is priceless is the fact that these autographs are going to go to someone who can appreciate them.
Yes.
I would imagine, because we don't know who they are, but someone obviously does. Which I know it sounds corny, but I think that's really nice.
And to be honest with you, this is one of the slightly nicer autograph pages, because I don't know whether you saw, but some of them were double paged and she'd written across both. So some of the pages have only got half a sentence written across the top and bottom, whereas this is incomplete. So it's got her writing in its entirety, which is quite nice as well, I suppose. Yeah.
Next, we've got this.
The return of the DVD.
Oh, it looks like it's broken, but it's not. This is the DVD player. We did get a return on this. Annoyingly, the lady said, "Oh, I tried it and it doesn't work." So I accepted the return, tried it, and it works perfectly. I messaged them and told them, and had radio silence. So I'm not quite sure what that has got to say.
Buyer's remorse.
But I can return it anyway. It's fine. They're up to 28 days. I don't have to lie. But this went for $27.99 with postage added on top. So actually we made a little bit more this time round.
Yes.
And it definitely works.
Yeah, because you tested it as soon as you got it back,
didn't you? Sell faulty goods.
So I'll do a double whammy of the Lego. So the first one is a Star Wars Malakili minifigure. Now, he's the Rancor Keeper. Now, that set is particularly good. It's worth quite a bit of dosh.
I've never seen one of them before.
This guy, however, he does have... He's from the set Rancor Pit, by the way, in case you're interested.
Brad Pitt's brother.
Yes. And he, unfortunately, this little guy here, he has actually got a broken head. So, I mean, haven't we all, to be honest with you, to one extent or another? I believe it's this one, actually. So basically, yeah, there it is, I can see it. So basically that has got a crack in it.
And not what you'd expect.
Which I described in the listing.
Yeah.
So in the item description, the little box you can put in, and in the main description, double whammy, this... He has a broken head. Right, so $9.99 all in for him, because I priced him up reasonably because of that. So I priced him slightly lower than the ones that are... Ooh. I priced him slightly lower than the ones that are in better condition, because then it gives them a little bit of extra dosh so they can actually buy a non-cracked head.
And you know, I mentioned in our last video, if you watched it, that I'm clumsy. That just proves it.
Yeah.
Fell over nothing.
So then secondly, this is a Lego Creator mini London bus. Now, I bought this probably, I would say, about 2.5 years ago now, thinking
But you were getting a bargain.
thinking I was getting a bargain on the bigger one. And this is where buying off eBay, sometimes if you don't watch out what you're buying, you can end up with that. Because basically I ended up with a little miniature one. But it doesn't matter because I sold it on offer for £13. And it's just a little tiddly one. I mean, someone's going to be happy with that. I even put in the description, or the title I should say, Mini London Bus. Mini tiny London bus. Not the big one. Not. But yeah, anyway, so hopefully they'll be aware.
This is a Ford Poplar Handbook, and as you can see, it's old, 1950s, I believe, 1953 to 59. Got this in a bundle months and months and months and months and months ago. Owes us nothing, and I think it went for £8.99 all in, and it's going abroad. So, yeah, it's going to be better travel than I am.
I'll let you do the action, ma'am. So basically, next we have WWE Deluxe Aggression Jeff Hardy action figure with a table from Series 7 of the Jax figures. I'll get them out of the bag, shall I? Treat you all to a bit of, a screaming man, really, with purple hair.
He used to be awesome.
Get me out of this office. They're inappropriate. But anyway, so...
He's quite inappropriate himself. I do believe he got sacked.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. So he's... okay. So, to be fair, there's not just crack in the Lego minifigure's head, there's crack in his head as well. All right. That's what we're getting at here. Right, so yeah, screaming. Right, so that's him. And then there's a table which is cracked in half.
But it's
Again, a crack, etc. It's meant to be an half, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I'm not going to fiddle about putting that back together, but that's two halves of the table. There's the bottom of it. Obviously, legs come out, crash, down goes your wrestler through it, ouch, etc. And he went for £10.49, and there was postage added to this one. So for a grand total of £13.89, that's with £3.40 postage. Because although I think postage is £3.39 on that, so we actually put aside 1 pence for our packaging, which is generous of us.
It's very generous.
Next.
Next. Oh, hang on. This guy's brought two things, and he keeps buying things.
No, he hasn't.
He has. He's got this.
Oh, is
and
that
he's got
him
a
as
little
well?
cup. So where's the little cup?
Over there.
And he'll message in a little while asking for us to refund his postage because he can't just buy things together.
Mm.
Would you like an espresso?
No.
But this is a tiny cup, which is very cute, and a little map in its case. Should I get the little map out?
If you want.
Because it's so cute.
Can you? Are you able to? Don't do that on the Lego.
Oh, sorry.
God.
Well, it's got a little map in there,
Yeah.
by the way.
To be honest with you, it's not worth ruining the Lego box to show you the map.
But that went for, I don't know, pennies. This was on for £1.99, and he sent an offer of £1, which I declined, and I counted with £1.98, which he accepted. This was similar.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so put down in the comments below. Right. So basically, if you have cheap items, so you have anything like that, which is £1.99, or you have anything that's, say, under tenner, whatever you class as a cheap item, do you accept, or do you have that little thing set on the listing that says, I accept offers? Right, so do you have that set, or do you just not bother? Because we've come to this conclusion that sometimes on these lesser value items, so we would say under £10, right?
Yeah.
So the lesser value, you can have offers set and you will get crazy offers. You get crazy offers anyway on the higher value items, but the lesser value, is it really worth having that offers set? And we've come to the conclusion it isn't, which we will be dealing with that this week. Because at one point it was just, yeah, put offers on everything. But now we're coming to this realisation, you know what? People will, well, take the really. And so for something like that, £1.99, it then went for £1.98. You know, a penny off. Like, that doesn't seem worth it. That does not seem worth it, does it? So, like, would you only have your offers set over a certain value? And if so, how much? So if you want to leave it in the comments, discuss. As to whether you would do that, you do that for all your items or you do that for only some of them. We've come to the conclusion, just doing for a few, you know.
Yes.
A few of the things that we think are worth putting it on. But anyway. God. Fine. So I nearly read his name out then. Right. So basically, this was a pickup from us at a charity shop, I think.
Yeah, a while ago.
But
£5.
like everything, you list it, you let it sit, it will eventually go.
Actually, we've had it for ages. The other day I went in and I moved all the words around. I had a bit of a rejig and then it sold the next day.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
So anyway, this seems to be the way with eBay, doesn't it? Is every now and again they want you to go in and they want you to unnecessarily rejig stuff so that basically it will, you know, it'll appear higher up or sell quicker or whatever. But yeah, anyway, that's how they roll. Get it? That's how they roll. So yeah, Goodyear tyres, and this is for Kings of Crunch, 66-inch monster truck. Monster trucks. Wheel and tyre set. Adult collector. It says in the title.
Well, it's not a toy, isn't for adults.
It's not a toy.
It's for the discerning gentleman or
It's
lady.
not Terry's, it's mine. £19.99 that went for, and that includes the postage. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. It was very antisocial, wasn't it?
Yes. This is our little Etsy sale. This is a tiny little Halcyon Days floral rose trinket box / pill box.
Halcyon. I did it. She strikes again. She's put Halicon. And if you remember, it was several videos ago, she did exactly the same thing, but it doesn't seem to stop it from selling it.
No, because this sold.
Oh my God, I can't talk.
I was showing it all in dollars, but basically it went for £30 English. 30 quid, and then they paid all their postage on top. It's quite a little cute little thing.
Well, 41 actually with postage included.
So how do you say it?
Halcyon. So basically the C and the Y have to go the other way around. So it's pronounced Halcyon.
It's a shame, isn't it? But yeah, that was quite a good little Etsy one. Etsy's a bit slow, but when it sells for good money.
We'll bring that out of the way somewhere. So the next is some unicorn dart flights. I'll just get the elastic band off these actually. Oh God, hang on.
Near my ways of storing stuff. Could have just put it in a plastic bag.
Well, you could have done really, because I don't know whether the elastic band would have over time just look.
Well, they're already from the 80s, I believe.
but these someone might be collecting these. You don't want ribbon them for them, do you? So anyway, unicorn dart flights and shafts bundle highlights Poly Flight and Fiesta, brand new. It says
something to do with darts.
So basically, these go on the end of your darts and make them fly through the air. It's quite pretty. And then what was it? The shafts of the darts. So that's where you'd obviously. This end you would put the flight, this end you would have the little pricky bit.
I think they're back from the day of Eric Bristow, if you remember him.
Nope.
I used to love watching, quite like watching darts.
Yeah.
Not too bad at it either. What's next? This.
Something of yours.
More action, man. This is a 1966 Pilot overall with the little hat that came with it. This went on offer for £5 with postage included. See, I didn't mind doing this for £5 from $6.99 just to get rid of it, but because it's not really taking the mick, in my opinion. It's a fair offer.
I'll leave you with the wrestler. I'm going to have to do this book up, I think. So this is a book. It's a book of magazines, I think. Finding Out magazine. Finding Out what? Volume 4. So we've had several volumes of this, and they all look like this on the front cover, basically. So this fella here. And inside is all the Finding Out magazines, which are various issues.
And they were from the 60s.
Yes, £1 shilling and sixpence, yes.
Yes.
So, in a binder, Purnell Vintage Johnson Sisters, 1960s. And that went for £19.99, and then it had the postage on the top of it. We recently sold a couple of these, and put it this way, you get one, that's going to go as a small parcel. You get two, that's going to go as a medium. Obviously, we use raw mail, and that'll go as a medium. But
these have been selling really well, haven't they? For 20 quid a pop.
Yeah, I think basically we've got rid of. We've sold 3, I think, so far, haven't we, of those?
And I paid £6 for a big bundle of them from the auction ages ago.
Yeah.
But for some reason, eBay or me, they managed to disappear off our eBay. So they've been sitting around, not selling. And then I looked for them, but found that they weren't there. So.
And I read this recently on actually Reddit. Somebody on there was saying the same thing, that actually one day they were kind of looking through their stock and going through their inventory and realised that pretty much, like, I think about a third to like half of it or some such was not even listed. So things just disappear. We've
Which
had
is
that.
weird, yeah.
Yeah,
So
they will just disappear.
If you can do a stock take every now and then, I would do it. It's probably good practice anyway, to be fair. This is Triple H, the wrestler, and he does this. You get you. He went for $7.99 with postage added on. I've started adding postage on a few bits here and there, and it doesn't seem to make it any difference if people buy it or not. So I don't know.
What is that on his elbows, by the way?
What is what? The crosses. That's his logo.
What does it remind you of, then?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Leave that in the comments. Yeah. Who knows? Right, anyway, so yes, these are Fortnite figures. And tiny little figures. We've got like a rabbit thing, a banana.
Full scale.
Banana. Mr. Skeleton guy. I don't know the names of any of these, by the way. Yeah, little guns and all sorts of stuff. And that went for £14.99 with free postage. But, of course, this is going to go as a small little mini parcel.
Pick them up for £6 all in on Vinted. And those other figures included. These were kind of the fodder. So
yeah.
But they sold first. So that's all of our little sales then,
So that's all of our little sales.
3 days later.
Right, so that's all the solds from the weekend. This is filmed a few days later. Jen's not here at the moment. She's actually ill, hence the reason why she's now invisible. But yeah, so that was what we sold. It was a reasonably good weekend where we sold quite a few bits and bobs that we have had for quite some time as well, which is always good to get those stuff out the door. At the moment, we are in the process of organising the office and consolidating. You may have noticed we no longer have the messy table. We do have the Lego box, but we don't have the messy table behind us, which has been cleared away. We now have these 3 tubs that are still there, but they're actually full of stuff. So we've been, because they were empty and it seemed like a bit of a waste, so we've filled those up and labelled, as you can see. And we are doing that pretty much for every single part of the office. We are just going through, just completely having an overhaul of where stuff is stored, skewing as we go, getting stuff out that's on eBay that could be on Etsy, etc. So we are having a real good organisation at the moment, which we haven't done for quite some time. I'm going to show you in a future video, actually next week, just the things that we need to do. So there will be an update after that as to the things that we have done, and hopefully show it all nice and sparkly and cleared away of all the detritus, and it's just compacted and looks way better than it did. So yeah, that is the video for this week. We have a video going out next week. There will be a poll for that at some point in the next few days, so just watch out for that one. You can then vote as to the subject you want for the next Wednesday's live, because we are going down the avenue of doing subjects to talk about. It just seems a little bit more concise for us. And I know that people really like the messing about and they really like the joking and stuff like that, which we'll still have a bit of that, obviously. We'll still muck about, but we're just having the subjects that we're going to talk about. But yeah, so we will have another video in the future about weekend sales. But for this one, subscribe if you haven't, like if you haven't, put notifications on if you haven't, because then you'll get our up-to-date video sent to you and it will go, I'm here, watch me. Might actually really say that, to be fair, which would be weird, wouldn't it? Be weird. But anyway, bye.
You'll make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.